Kia ora wahiki, Kristin here from the Wahiki Resources Trust. I'm coming to you from my kitchen, and this is a follow-on video just talking about how we can reduce water in our home to look after our septic tanks. So I'm just going to share my screen with you for a minute. So why should we reduce our daily water load? So one reason is to make sure we've got lots of water in our tank, but also, as we mentioned in the last video, putting too much water into your septic tank can flush your solids out into your drainage field, and they can become blocked, and you can potentially contaminate waterways as the solids will get flushed down to the water after a rain. So if we look at some of the household appliances that we have, we can save quite a lot of water if we are planning on upgrading these products. So as an example, for an 8 kg washing machine, if we switched from a 3-star washing machine to a 4.5-star washing machine, and I'll explain what those stars are shortly, you could save around 49 litres per wash. That's huge. So yeah, if that means if you're doing 5 loads per week, you could save around 14,000 litres per year, and that's 140 bathtubs full. So that's a lot of water that won't end up in your septic tank. And then the same with switching from a 3-star to a 4-star shower head, you could save up to 4.5 litres per minute. That's a lot too. So if you have an 8-minute shower, we reckon 4-minute showers is the way to go. But if you have an 8-minute shower, that's a saving of more than 13,000 litres per person per year, or 130 bathtubs. So that's a huge amount of water that we can be saving out of our tanks, our water tanks, but then also not flushing through our septic tanks. So these are the environmental water labelling. You may see them and have noticed them for power before. But these are the water ratings, and up here it's got the stars. This shows how water efficient it is compared to other products, and down here it will tell you litres per minute that it uses when it's doing what it needs to be doing. So the water efficiency labels apply to the following products. So we have taps, washing machines, dishwashers, toilets and shower heads. Another tool that we can have to reduce the amount of water we're using at home is using water restrictors. You may know them as water restrictors or aerators or flow limiters. And so these little devices fit onto the end of your taps or into your shower hose that comes out of your wall. And they reduce the amount of water that you're using because they have these filters here that aerate the water. The pressure of the water stays the same. You'll have the same pressure coming out. It's just that you won't have as much water. So hopefully you won't notice any difference. In order to install some of these flow restrictors, you need to have mains pressure in your home from your hot water cylinder. So in order to figure out whether you've got low pressure or mains pressure, one way to do it is that if you there'd be no change in shower temperature or pressure when someone uses hot water elsewhere in the home. We all know what that's like. So if that doesn't happen in your house, then you have mains pressure and you could use an aerator. The hot and cold taps have the same water pressure. You cannot stop the flow from the hot water tap with your thumb, and instantaneous hot water with no storage or gas heated water system. So that means that your mains pressure and you are all good to go with getting some of those water restricting devices. So how do we know what our flow rates are like at home? How do we know how much water is coming out of our tank? Well, there's some really easy ways to figure out how to do that. And I'm just going to share a short video with you, but you can flick back here to see the instructions on the sheet later if you need them. The awesome people at EcoMatters out West Auckland have made a really great video. So I'm just going to share that with you now. Enjoy. just going to pause it here and take a look. So actually I'm just going to take it back just a little bit here to this one, how to calculate flow rate. So first of all, you as I said, you collect your water in a container and you put it onto the desired temperature first, and then you fill the container for 6 seconds. And then what you do is you divide the amount in mils by 1,000 to convert the litres, and you multiply the amount by 10 to get the flow rate. So for example, if you collect 180 mils, that's 1,800 mils. That's 1,800 divided by 1,000, and that equals 1.8 litres. And then you times 1.8 by 10, a flow rate. So that will give you a flow rate of 18 litres per minute. So let's check out if that's any good. So here, how to rate your shower. So if you've got 9 litres per minute, that's awesome. That's a good thing to do. 11 litres per minute is average, and 12 litres per minute or more, you can save a lot of water and power bill by installing a flow restrictor or a low flow shower head. So that's the way to go. Let's see what else they've got to say. Cool. So those are just a couple of ways that we can help to reduce the amount of water we're using in our home. And we want to do that because we don't want to flush too much water down into our septic systems to overload them. Again, an overloaded septic system with too much water flushes solids out to our drainage fields, which can make them not work as well. It can clog up our dripper lines, and it could potentially contaminate our waterways. So that's what we're working to not happen. And yeah, so check out the EcoMatters website to find that video. If you have any questions, please contact us. We're at info@wrt.org.nz. Ka kite.